Have you heard of the Korean Yale scandal? In July 2007, an office assistant at a university in Seoul sent a fax to Yale. It was a small thing, routine paperwork, to coordinate an exchange art program between the two universities, led by one of Yale's most prominent Korean graduates, class of 2001, PhD. But the reply that came back would detonate one of Korea's most embarrassing public scandals. We have no record of any student by that name. The name was Shin Jung-ah, art professor at Dongguk University, co-curator of the Gwangju Biennale, adored by the press, hosted by politicians, and recognized by students all across the country. Shin Jung-ah was one of Korea's favorite success stories. In the 6 years following her return from the US, she had built an empire of prestige. By October 2007, she lost everything and was arrested for fraud. Her entire claim to fame, the diplomas, the recommendation letters, the embossed seals from Yale, were all fabricated. And yet, Shin wasn't an anomaly. Just a few years earlier, Hwang Woo-seok, Korea's most celebrated scientist, was exposed for fabricating his stem cell research. Executives at Samsung, Hyundai, and Daewoo were caught claiming fake Ivy League MBAs. The scandals triggered a nationwide investigation. By 2008, auditors uncovered more than 100 forged degrees across universities and corporations. Something was clearly wrong. Not with the few individuals, but with the culture itself. The question was, why? When Shin finally spoke in public, given a chance to explain herself, she said softly, 그냥 사랑받고 싶었어요. In a profound way, Shin was speaking on behalf of the whole nation. 10 years before Shin Jung-ah was outed, Korea's economy collapsed during the Asian financial crisis of 1997. In 1 year, the Korean won lost 50% of its value, and 2 million people lost their jobs. In order to survive, the government accepted a $58 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund, the largest bailout in history. After celebrating its economic growth for the past 40 years, Korea was once again dependent upon Western validation, and it was humiliating. Korean parents became convinced the only way to protect their children's future was by sending them to American schools. They mortgaged homes, split families, did anything and everything to send their kids to Harvard, Yale, Stanford. A US diploma wasn't just education. It was salvation. Korea is now recognized globally for its influence across business, engineering, film, music, and cuisine. But beneath that pride lies a quiet insecurity. Because for most of its history, Korea was not loved, not even respected. With few natural resources to offer, the peninsula was seen only as a strategic landmass for foreign powers to use against each other. The Korean people and its culture were treated as expendable. In other words, Korea could only exist as long as it was valued by other countries, so long as it was loved. The Korean Yale scandal was just one symptom of deep historic shame on both the individual and societal level. Shame that says, you will never be safe, you will never be enough. What's your take? Does this all sound foreign to you, or does any of it sound familiar? I'm curious to know.